Good evening. My name is Brian Lewis, and I'm Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Science. I'm delighted to welcome all of our graduates, families, distinguished guests to the Faculty of Arts and Sciences Evening Convocation Ceremony. Je vous souhaite personnellement la bienvenue en ce jour de collation des grades. Je vous invite à étonner avec Madame Danielle Pullen, notre hymne national au Canada. Would everyone please join Ms. Danielle Pullen, soprano, in the singing of O Canada.
Good evening, bonjour and welcome. The French writer Anatole France said, "To accomplish great things, we must not only act, but also dream, not only plan, but also believe." Today we celebrate that you have indeed accomplished great things. Nous célébrons vos actions et vos rêves, vos plans et votre croissance. And let us not just celebrate, but let us also give thanks for the family and friends that have supported you, for the lessons learned and the challenges that made you grow. Rendons grâce pour vos expériences enrichissantes, pour vos succès et vos accomplissements. And let us look to the future, where our plans and our dreams will build a world of respect and hope and understanding. Agissons et rêvons d'un monde de paix et d'amitié. Thank you. Please be seated. Veuillez vous asseoir.
Bonsoir. I'm Alan Shepard. I'm the president of the university. Welcome to tonight's ceremony. Monsieur le vice-président du conseil d'administration, members of the Board of Governors, members of the Senate, members of the faculty, Madame Takahashi, distinguished guests, colleagues, friends, and most importantly, Concordia class of 2013. Bonsoir et bienvenue. It's a great pleasure to come together this evening to celebrate the academic and personal achievements of tonight's graduating class. Convocation is one of those rare rituals, like a wedding, that mark a fundamental moment in one's life. It will speed by, and yet you are likely to remember it for the rest of your lives. For the class of 2013, I imagine that your lives have been changed forever by your experiences at the university, for education is transformative. I hope you're proud of your education. You've been fortunate to study in one of Canada's great urban universities, and we've been fortunate to have you here. Concordia is a vibrant ecosystem. We have some 46,000 undergraduate and graduate students at the university from all over the world. Our more than 170,000 alumni live and work all over the planet, with more than 90,000 Concordians here in Quebec. Our community makes very substantial contributions to Montreal, Quebec, and the world. We pride ourselves on an environment famous for its innovation, flexibility, and real-world engagement. We pride ourselves on our growing research presence, for research is all about solving problems in the world with new ideas. And we pride ourselves on our teaching environments. We have a dedicated faculty who care deeply about our students and their futures, your futures. I would like to thank our faculty for their commitment and hard work. We are all about improving the fortunes of individuals and making the world a better place. All of us working together, students, faculty, staff, alumni, are bringing Concordia University to greater national and international prominence. Il va de soi que votre cheminement jusqu'à présent aura connu son lot de défis. L'éducation implique des changements constants. Since arriving at Concordia last August, I've had the chance to speak to many students and alumni about the university. We have a long history, right back to the late 1800s, when Loyola College conferred its first degree. Since then, of course, much has changed, most especially the pace of change itself. So while our graduates today might like to hear that they're finally done with formal education, and I suppose you may be, or not, the need for continuing to learn is greater now than ever. I think of my own recent adventures in learning French in Jonquière and Trois-Rivières. For our new graduates, I hope that your Concordia experiences have instilled in you a great appetite for thinking for yourselves and for making the world your own. You will for sure need the entrepreneurial resilience that I associate with Sir George Williams University and its traditions as the second half of Concordia's DNA. Our DNA is indeed unique and strong, resilient and adaptive. We're still a relatively young university, only 40 years next year, but with very strong roots and very many successful graduates. In today's ceremony, we make a new link between Concordia's distinguished legacy and its bright future. Depuis plus de 100 ans maintenant, les racines de nos institutions fondatrices ont contribué à la réalisation d'un Québec fort et innovant. Cet esprit se poursuit encore aujourd'hui. Nos étudiants ainsi que nos diplômés ouvrent dans un environnement très compétitif et un marché mondial hyper branché. Graduates, I hope you will have the chance this evening to thank your families, your friends, and your loved ones for their support in reaching your goals. We are all privileged to have shared this part of your journey with you. Je vous invite à demeurer en contact avec Concordia. Keep in touch. We need you. I offer you all my best wishes for the future. Bonne chance et félicitations.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, it is my honor to present to you Mitsumi Takahashi, journalist, broadcaster, engaged Montrealer, and distinguished alumna of this university. Personnalité reconnue du monde journalistique montréalais depuis une trentaine d'années, Madame Takahashi est la présentatrice du journal télévisé CTV Montreal News depuis 1986. This is a remarkable achievement in a highly competitive profession. CTV Montreal now reaches 1.4 million viewers weekly, making Ms. Takahashi one of the most visible, recognizable, and trusted Montrealers. Although her undergraduate degree is in psychology, Ms. Takahashi was clearly destined to make her mark in journalism. Her interest in media began right here at Concordia as a newsreader on Radio Sir George. Pendant ses études à Concordia, Madame Takahashi a été journaliste au journal étudiant Georgian et a réalisé nombre d'interviews dans le cadre d'une série présentée sur CUTV, la chaîne étudiante de l'université. Following a brief career in Montreal radio, Ms. Takahashi arrived at CFCF-TV, now CTV Montreal, as a news reporter. After only 4 years, her investigative acumen and professional style won her a place at the anchor desk, an impressive achievement. But she has also made an impression outside the journalistic realm. À titre bénévole, Madame Takahashi co-préside avec un autre Montréalais bien connu, Jean Béliveau, la campagne Les meilleurs soins pour la vie du nouveau centre universitaire de santé McGill. Mr. Vice Chancellor, for her professional achievements, her commitment to her community, and her service to this university, on behalf of Senate and the Board of Governors, it is my privilege and honor to present to you Mitsumi Takahashi so that you may confer upon her the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
I ask Dr. Mitsumi Takahashi to give us an evening address.
Good evening, bonsoir. Monsieur le Président du Conseil d'administration, Monsieur le Recteur, invité d'honneur, chers diplômés, my husband, my friends, and my contingent here from CTV News Montreal, who are here somewhere, I think. You guys here? Right. And of course, Wayne. Audio, you got audio? Batteries are working? Good, good. It is hard for me to believe I'm actually here, standing on the stage of Place des Arts, being presented with such an honor. And I thank Concordia University for this and for so many other things the university's given me in my life. My only regret is that my parents aren't here to see this. Both my parents were academics, they were mathematicians, and they never really got quite what I did for a living. Just to give you an example of what they were like, the only time I saw my father really excited was about 30 years ago. He'd seen a woman get hit by a bus at the corner of St. Catherine Street in Atwater. When he got home, all he kept saying was how amazing it was because she'd made this perfect parabolic arc right across the intersection. So you might understand that for them, any work that calls for a lot of makeup and good hair is not really work worth doing. So they would have been delighted, they would have been puzzled, but they would have been delighted that I'm receiving this honor tonight. So I've spent weeks agonizing over what I was going to say tonight, hoping to come up with something very deeply profound, so I couldn't. So I decided to tell you some stories about people I've come across in one way or another who've helped me get to where I am today. Stories that I've never told before in such a large public forum. So that gasp that you might have heard is from my news director, who was up there having heart palpitations. Jed, it's okay, I won't mention any names. So there I was, my second year at Concordia. I was majoring in psychology, didn't have a clue what to do with my life. So I enrolled in a class just because it happened to be later in the day and I didn't want to have to get up early in the morning. I became friends with someone who worked at the university radio station, CRSG. So my girlfriend and I went to visit. The station manager of CRSG invited us to hang around, maybe read the news every once in a while. I recall him telling the other people at the station, quote, "We'll let the broads sit out front, they'll look good when the record reps come to visit." And so a career was born. And that girlfriend, by the way, is now a foreign correspondent. She works here out of Montreal. I managed to talk myself into a real job in radio. I just happened to call a radio station because I figured, well, why not? And it turned out they were looking for a copywriter. I first went on the air as Marilee Taylor. That was a name given to me by a station manager who said Mitsumi Takahashi just sounded too strange. And that only lasted a few months because everyone on the air kept forgetting what my name was supposed to be because I never answered to anything other than Mitsumi, and it turned into a huge joke, and they finally let me change it back. My first news director was nicknamed Boom Boom, and we called him that because he was the only man we knew who'd taken himself hostage twice. I had another news director who used to change down to his underwear in the news booth, all the while talking like Kermit the Frog. And I know, and it's true, isn't it sad? And he's the one who actually tries to take credit now for teaching me how to read the news. I worked the overnight shift. I had a colleague who every once in a while at around 3 o'clock in the morning, when I'd be writing my news copy, he'd lie on the floor next to my desk and he'd twitch. And I'd ask him what he was doing, and he'd say he was pretending to be bacon frying. And he, by the way, still works here as a journalist in Montreal. Another time, also at around 3 o'clock in the morning, I went into master control to get some news tapes, and I found the overnight operator involved in what can only be described as a not very imaginative but extremely intimate act with a young woman. So I got the tapes. I said, "Excuse me," I got the tapes, I left. About half an hour later, I ran into this young woman in the washroom, and she gave me this huge smile, and she looked at me and she said, "So, how did you get your job here?" So. Anyways, I would like to say, by the way, that that is not a recommended way of trying to seek employment anywhere. My radio career ended very abruptly after I received a visit at the station from a gay friend of mine. My news director, as it turned out, was extremely homophobic. So my friend, so if you could picture this, 6'2", wearing a pink feather boa, and he called himself Mona. He took one look at my news director, turned to me and screamed, "Oh, Mitz, he's gorgeous." I was fired 3 days later, and that very homophobic news director, wherever he is today, I thank him for that. So what it comes down to is this: a career doesn't necessarily have to come of a carefully laid out plan. Often, it's just a matter of reacting calmly to unreasonable people and situations and looking for an opportunity even when life seems very bleak, like getting fired because of a visit from a gay guy named Mona wearing a pink feather boa. Because for all the strange news directors I've had, I've also had some very good ones. And one of them hired me to be a TV reporter, even though I had no TV experience. He told me he didn't care why I had been fired. He said he just trusted his instincts and didn't really care what other people thought. So these days, newsrooms, not quite as crazy, but still populated by characters who are a little offbeat. Worked with an anchor man who would very earnestly try to explain to me during commercial breaks how he was being attacked by inanimate objects. You know who you are. And we also have a female lineup editor whose outlook on life is so bleak, we call her 50 Shades of Black. So we are journalists, we are cynics. We have little respect for authority, our humor is warped at best. But seriously, and if you would allow me to be a little pretentious about it right now, journalism at its best is the search for the truth. And it's not easy these days when the truth can be a little difficult to take. The answer, though, is not to opt out. People in authority have let us down. Politicians, corporate religious leaders, NHL referees, these days, even some former journalists. And of course, thanks to these former journalists, I figure it'll be a while before any other journalist gets appointed to the Senate. But anyway, life isn't fair. Life isn't fair, and often it seems like the wrong people win. But in my experience, the good guys do come out ahead in the long run. And don't be afraid to fail. We can't succeed without risking failure. I remember when former Ontario Premier David Peterson suffered a crushing defeat in an election, and his party was all but wiped out. And he was asked by a reporter, "Are you ashamed?" And he said, "There's never any shame in getting knocked down. The shame is when you don't get back up again." So I wish I could say there'd be major dramatic events in my life, something extraordinary, something life-changing, but then most of us don't have lives like that. Most of us will never be called on to make that dramatic, headline-making act of heroism. Instead, most of us are going to be tested and judged by the small things that we do, little decisions we make every day. How do we treat those weaker than us? Are we willing to stand alone on a principle? It's about doing the right thing, even when it's not popular. As a friend of mine once said, we're all born with a full set of integrity points, and what we lose along the way, we never get back. You are now graduates of Concordia University, and you've earned it, yes. But those diplomas you will now hold are a privilege that comes with a responsibility. It's a responsibility to make a contribution, to do something, whether it's big or small, to make the world around you a better place for you having lived in it. It's a cliche, I know, but you are the future. You are my future. And as I get older, and I figure I'm getting older because the most commonly asked question I get these days is, "So how old are you anyway, and who's your plastic surgeon?" But regardless of my age, and I am not saying, and I do not, by the way, have a plastic surgeon, I and everybody in my generation will be depending on you to take over in the years to come, and I like to think that we will be in good hands. So what will you do with that? Will you help cure our diseases? Will you form governments to keep their promises? Or will you take kickbacks, look out for yourself and only yourself, and turn your back on people who might need your help? Will you build roads and sidewalks that don't fall apart without taking that extra 3%? Will you... Will you tell the truth when at times it seems so much simpler not to? Tomorrow, you begin your new life as university graduates. It's all up to you now. And at the end of the day, we all have to decide what success and a good life means for us, whether it's money or a fancy title. Maybe it's just a friend who can put together a collection of the best rock driving songs, right, Steph? Or who knows the value of a good bottle of Brunello. Ralph Waldo Emerson sums it up for me. He said this: "To laugh much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of animals, to earn the appreciation of honest critics, and to endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better by a healthy child or a redeemed social condition, to know that even one life has breathed easier because you lived, that is to have succeeded." Thank you.
I'm so glad we don't have to call you Mary Lee Taylor. Dr. Mitsumi Takahashi, wonderful address. Resilience, pluck, hard work, good humor, sounds about right to me. Great job, thank you very much. Okay, can I call on Provost Ostagi to confer the degrees?
Mr. President and Vice Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I'm pleased to present to you the candidates for the doctoral and doctorate degrees, for the master's and magisteriate degrees, and for the graduate diplomas and certificates in the Faculty of Arts and Science. I certify that these candidates have fulfilled the requirements for these degrees, diplomas, and certificates. Will the doctoral, doctorate, master's, magisteriate, diploma, and certificate candidates please stand?
By the authority of the corporation and the Board of Governors of the university, I admit each of you to the appropriate degree, diploma, or certificate as approved by Senate and certified by the Provost. Please be seated and congratulations.
Mr. President and Vice Chancellor, on behalf of Senate, I'm pleased to present to you the candidates for the bachelor and baccalaureate degrees in the Faculty of Arts and Science. I certify that these candidates have fulfilled the requirements for these degrees. Will the bachelor and baccalaureate candidates please stand?
This is one of the moments you've been waiting for. By the authority of the corporation and the Board of Governors of the university, I admit each of you to the baccalaureate or bachelor's degree as approved by Senate and certified by the Provost. Congratulations, you may be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, it's an exciting evening for our students and their families and friends. It's so rewarding to see the progress and achievements of our diverse and talented students. It is an extremely proud moment for Concordia's staff, faculty, and administration to see each of our students succeed and be recognized for their dedication since we've been with you on your journey to get to here this evening. In just a few moments, our graduates will begin appearing on stage as soon as our staff has started cueing their names on a special computer program. Once everything is ready, you'll see our graduates approach this lectern where I'm standing, where we will read the name of each graduate. Each graduate will then walk across the stage, stopping at the center, pausing to smile at our photographer. She's positioned to get the best possible souvenir for this important event. Students receiving master's and doctorate degrees will be greeted by Paula Wood-Adams, our Interim Dean of Graduate Studies, and Graham Carr, our Vice President, Research and Graduate Studies. Barring any unforeseen technical glitches, fingers crossed, every student will also appear in glorious Technicolor on the giant screens on the stage, where you will see every graduate's name, their academic program, and any distinction or awards she or he may have won. The final stage in our process is for each student to finish crossing the stage to the far side to receive the actual diploma and a well-deserved congratulations from the department or program chair and the Dean of Arts and Science, Brian Lewis. Graduates will then return to their seats until all diplomas have been given. We ask that everyone remain to the end of the ceremony as a sign of respect for all of our deserving students. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm told we're ready to begin, so I will return to my place as we put the spotlight on the true stars of tonight's evening, Concordia's newest graduates.
I'm pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the Doctorate in Philosophy for Psychology, Special Individual Program, Social Science, Biology, Chemistry, Mathematics, and Physics. Lori Gelfand. Amélie Jean. Steen Linden Anderson. May Parada. Jessica Etier. Andrew Weiserek. Sasmit Deshmukh. Francis McManus. Yen Hai Tao. Mohammed Evaki. Ala Mahmoud. I'm pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the Master of Magisteriate in Environment or Environmental Assessment. Chantal Forgs. Terry Kafieke. Allison Lapierre. Adam Robert Levine. Erica Sulik. I'm pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the Master of Magisteriate in Science for Biology, Chemistry, Exercise Science, Geography, Urban and Environmental Studies, Mathematics, and Physics. Yaolin Chen. David Calatriano. Hubert Deselay. Nelly Fotopoulos. T. Truk Min Ying. Yao Zhang. Jordan Vergara. Neda Etabari. I'm pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the Master of Magisteriate in Teaching of Mathematics. Nelly Hachatrian. Megan Danielle Tremblay. I'm pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the Graduate Diploma in Environmental Assessment and Biotechnology and Genomics. Maria Leonora Aguirre. Mohammed Riza Eddahayavand. Haitham Mesem. Carol Nyaga. Sylvester Palace. Jim Zimas.
I am pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Baccalaureate in Arts from the following departments: Geography, Planning and Environmental Assessment, Mathematics and Statistics, and Psychology. Ramona Arshat. Christopher Arbuthnot. Jared Ardelli. Adrian Ascari, with great distinction, honors human environment, member of Loyola College for Diversity and Sustainability. Drew Backen. Greg Barnes. Nairi Stephanatis. Wendy Carol Beek. Shaiman Benhaj Hassan. Vanessa Bossio. Roland Brewer. Sasha Brombush. Timothy Burkhart. Felipe Caceres. Louise Capelburney, with distinction. Megan Chafe. Jiao Yan Shu. Matthew Cotton. Lise Coudray. Victoria Curl, with distinction. Dana Dadouche, with distinction, honors urban planning. Megan Delorier, with distinction, honors human environment. Kenza Diboon. Jesse Dosti Provo, with distinction. Vusumuzi Dube. Frank Aurelian Idu. Vlad Floria Archer. Massimo Sebastiano Fuscini. Nikita Garcia Gravel. Luke Gerald. Nicholas Gignac. Sarah Gregoire Crouchy. Ashley Guerrero. Matthew Haley, with distinction. Camille Hamel d'Entremont. Christopher Harris. Molly Howes. Syed Ansar Imam. Mohammed Bilal Jamaluddin. Brendan Jeffrey. Shi Zhen Zhu. Khalid Karouf. Rebecca Niffen. Kwan Yak Kwok. Jeja Loi. And India Kalu. Tracy McDougall. Christina Millette, with great distinction, honors human environment. Sarvenas Momen Galibaf. Elizabeth Mary Severn Moore, with distinction. Alexandra Pizarro. Andrew O'Kill Griffin. Melissa Rivosecki, with distinction. Lee Louis Risetto. Andrew Roberts. Mihir Kanti Raut. Diana Saidova. Hao Song. Natalie Chu. Joanie Villeneuve. Melissa Willie, with distinction. Angharad Wiley, with distinction, honors human environment. Anik Yan Patwan. Kong Zhang, with distinction. Hanna Chermanova, with great distinction. J.C. Choi. Krista Day. Daniel Eklov, with distinction. Yu Gao. Ro Truong Hung. Christopher Daniel McGurdick. Mark Nadler. Justin Sabatino, with distinction. Didier Serre, with distinction. Hamad Al-Bader. Amya Al-Shalabi. Nizar Al-Zaljouri. Samia Amro. Kelly Anastasiadis. Mariana Awad. Ziada Ayarech, with distinction, honors psychology. Rostin Azizbiglu, with distinction. Kyla Bertram, with distinction, honors psychology. Amanda Blackburn, with distinction. Alexia Blouin, with distinction. Clara Bolster-Foucault, with distinction. Sarah Brennan, with distinction. Samantha Broomer. Ashley Budd. Olivia Burke, with distinction. Melissa Kalachi, with distinction, honors psychology, member of Science College. Erica Capuano. Melody Shamandi, with distinction, honors psychology. Yulan Chen, with distinction. Chrissy Chung. Chrysanthe Christopoulos, member of Loyola College for Diversity and Sustainability. Lindsay Chupran, honors psychology. Fabio Coppola. Caroline Côté-Bergevin. Eric Cousineau, with distinction. Sierra Danilo. Tanya Damour. Amanda Daversa. Francesca Durso. Kevin Davis. Andréane Desaulniers. Jean-Philippe Desbois. Laura Diogo. Sarah Arzaghi. Gabrielle Drouin-Montas. Melanie Elliott. Kiana Faustin, with distinction. Daniel Fournier. Rebecca Jane Fox. Brian Fung, with distinction. James Gardner Gregory, with distinction, honor psychology. Maria Joby, with distinction, honor psychology. Iana Glinchikova. Alicia Greenwood. Kristen Galander, with distinction, honor psychology. Brian Gunther, with distinction, honor psychology. Narine Haladjian. Sarah Eve Hamill, with distinction. Kevin Harris, with distinction. Julia Horowitz, with distinction. Andrei Ivanov. Carly Jasek. Peter Robert Edgars Kajax. Stephanie Kalatzakis. Alexandra Kaluza, with distinction. Laura Khan. Sarita Kong. Valerie Kula. Leanne Kupfert, with distinction. Alexa LaRouche Wilson, with distinction, honor psychology. Caitlin Livingstone. Jessica Londy Shorthall, with great distinction, honor psychology. Andrew McLean. Christina Maiorino. Maria Julia Mayuri. Amanda Mangione. Megan McDonald. Jessica Lynn McGrath. Carrie Lynn McGuire, with distinction. Lee McMahon, with distinction. Carolina Medrano. Elliot Morris, with distinction, honor psychology. Melanie Mulligan Pittarelli. Charlie Ohayan, with distinction. Lucille Dominique Occhio. Carla Ordonis. Danielle Palacios, with distinction, honor psychology. Janarth Paramanantham. Sharon Prasad, with distinction. Cecilia Piumbini, with distinction. Eshani Podai. Andrea Prokos. Adam Raget. Arkshana Ratnaraja, with distinction, honor psychology. Elio Rifat. Jasmine Rioux. Jennifer Rhodey. Alfred Rostamlu. Samin Sadeghi. Amanda Santash, with great distinction, honor psychology. Lionel Santin. Arvan Alivan. Shai Shalev, with distinction, honor psychology. Panayotis Sotirio. Joelle Susi, with distinction, honor psychology. Amanda Spilkin. Bianca Sportella. Kimberly Strohmeyer. Hamida Tyree, with distinction, member of Simone de Beauvoir Institute. Janie Tardif. Andrea Tekalik, with distinction. Vicky Torelli-Lebeau. Melody Vandersluis. Kuen Tran Vu. Ashley Wanamaker, with distinction, honors psychology. Rachel Young. Brent Zalesniak. Vanessa Sapatelli.
I am pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Baccalaureate in Science for the following departments: Biology, Chemistry, Biochemistry, Exercise Science, Mathematics and Statistics, Physics, and Psychology. Daisy Sentner. Tatiana Abinader. Mira Abu Reji. Stephanie Batista, with distinction, honors biology. Christina Barron, with distinction. Robin Blackwell. Audrey Brown. Jacqueline Bouchot, with distinction. Corey Campbell, with distinction, honors cell and molecular biology. Alison Carr. Catalina Carvajal. Krikor Shanyan. Sabrina Colonello. Berly Cortez. Jessica D'Amico. Gabrielle Desprez Tremblay, with distinction, Honors Biology, member of Loyola College for Diversity and Sustainability. Julia Doherty, with distinction. Sineb Shraibi. Rachel Claire Feldman. Alexandre Frelon, with great distinction. Claudia Gentile, with distinction. Navjot Gotra. Chan Lai Guan. Tariq Haider. Ramtin Haji. Rebecca Elisa. Brandon Joyce, with distinction. Rashad Jamorti. Palig Kacharian. Sirin Krim. Tset Jun Lau. Rose Myrna Lavardier, with distinction. Thomas Leskevich. Georgia Liminares, with distinction. Timothy Lyons. Tara Mavalari. Alexa Mariotti. Stephanie Donahue Mathewson, Honors Biology. Sivan Mati, with great distinction, Honors Cell and Molecular Biology, member of Science College, winner of the Biology Prize awarded to the most outstanding graduating student in biology, winner of the Science College Prize awarded to the most outstanding graduating students in the Science College. Caroline Meunier. Strahil Milanov. Sarah Mohadis, with distinction. Natasha Mokhtarian. Leticia Mori. Jasmine Momi. Noor Musa. Sharmista Mori. Philippe Nadon Brodeur. Foro Noni, with distinction, honors biology. Sébastien Ongtong. Sonia Panu. Agata Pachersky. Dimitri Patrinos, with great distinction. Naim Punja Tremblay, with distinction, honors cell and molecular biology. Marie Popiel, with great distinction. Sundus Kadir. Rami Khaled Rafa. Angelica Randall. Michelle Ritchie, with great distinction. Julian Richard Albert, with great distinction, member of Science College. Leila Rousseau. Benas Sadri. Hira Shakur. Nicholas Smith, with great distinction, honors biology, member of Science College. Sirui Song. Theodore Sotsky. Andrea Toth. Sarah Tui Pung Tan Tran. Pavithra Valyapathy. Sarah Jonas. Joyce Saftis, with great distinction. Daniel Ablenas, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Jara Aniceto. Philippe Achambon. Mariam Barise. Stephanie Bramwell, with distinction, honors biochemistry. Yisha Chang. Jose Sarah Charles Cadet. Giuseppe Dasti, member of the Institute for Cooperative Education. Amy Darosha. Anita Del Corpo. Adriana DiMarco, with distinction. Amanda Gabriel. Russell Goldberg, member of the Institute for Cooperative Education. Vincent Grenier, with great distinction, honors biochemistry, member of Science College, member of the Institute for Cooperative Education, winner of the Chemistry Medal, awarded to the most outstanding graduating student in chemistry. Sean Horvat. Neil Khalili. Zainab Khan. Giuliano Lafreniere di Fruscia. Ariel Lamar. Gabrielle Laurent. Yun Lee, with distinction. Elise McFadden Murphy, with distinction. Andrew Malia, with distinction. Melissa Alexandria Marquez. Patience Mutsongo, with distinction. Cecil Guy. Patricia Sarah Olenga. Bhumika Patel. Brittany Pounder, with distinction, member of the Institute for Cooperative Education. Eric Russo. Marloyd Saavedra. Stefan Saragossa, with distinction, honors biochemistry, member of the Institute for Cooperative Education. Alexander Sia. Samini Sawalingam, with distinction, honors biochemistry. Samantha Sparapani, member of Science College. Nargis Temirova. Gausik Tewendran. Mei Yuk Wan. Hala Youssef with distinction, honors biochemistry. Saima Ahmed with distinction. Ariel Amar with distinction. Brittany Asling Cowling, member of Science College. Yara Awadala with distinction. Tanya Babuke Henry with distinction, honors exercise science. Heidi Berkovici. Valerie Bernatsky with distinction. Matthew Bergwenhorn with distinction, honors exercise science. Claudia Calcetta with distinction. Christina Campanella with distinction. Laura Caspin with distinction. Anna Castillo. Anne-Julie Jaron. Marie-Claude Chateauvert. Christopher Ciccarelli with distinction. Sofia Di Girolamo with distinction, honors exercise science. Marc-Antoine Doré. Lauren Olivia Fairley. Melissa Fiquette with distinction. Fernando Ficina with distinction, member of Science College. Pu Chi Fong. Ariana Frederick with great distinction, honors exercise science, winner of the exercise science plaque, awarded to the most outstanding graduating student in exercise science.
There you go.
Corey Garland. Rachel Gauthier. Fabricia Gentile. Gilan Alboni. Inderpreet Kila with distinction. Cho Lee Kim. Olivia Hannah Corey with distinction. Rebecca Lemarcon with distinction. Olivia Lemery with distinction. Ryan Lincoln. Jacqueline Mancini with distinction. Lisa Mastroianni with distinction. Annick Marie-Laure Mogil Flavien. Carla Maria Medina Avalar. Jessica Melotti with distinction. Megan Miyamoto. Alyssa Morilato with distinction. Ashley Moseri with distinction. Catalina Nemes. Stefania Nudo with distinction. Shane Wallet with distinction. Asunta Kim Palombo. Jigna Patel. Pragna Patel. Tamara Pinelli. Tyler Petrie with distinction. Cynthia Rocha with distinction, Member of Science College. Anais Rodriguez with distinction. Matthew Romano with distinction. Veronique Rondo. Sarah Rose with distinction. Colleen Ryan. Katya Sano. Damiano Savoca with distinction. Panumathi Sri Ranyan. Mario Giuseppe Starnino. Thomas Ryan Strauss. Kendra Tuthill. Amanda Tricconi. Dana Yee.
I am pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Baccalaureate in Science from the following departments: Geography, Planning and Environment,
mathematics and statistics, physics, and psychology. Tristan Glenn. Tanya Graham, with great distinction, honors environmental science, winner of the Bogdan Zaborski Medal in Geography, awarded to the most outstanding graduating student in geography.
Hussein Abdi Hussein.
Hussein Abdi Hussein. Licia Mancini with distinction. Teresa Mancini with distinction. Samantha Moncon. Isabelle Robert. Lucia Batista with distinction, member of the Institute for Cooperative Education. Nicholas Beck with distinction. Andrew Brulot with great distinction, member of the Institute for Cooperative Education, winner of the Eric O'Connor Mathematics Medal, awarded to the most outstanding graduating student in mathematics. Nicholas Caramano with great distinction, member of the Institute for Cooperative Education. Valentine Chichi Lapierre with distinction. Jean-Sébastien Côté with distinction, member of the Institute for Cooperative Education. Morgan Danielis Garzon. Mylène Dufresne with distinction, member of the Institute for Cooperative Education. Dan Edery with distinction. Alexandre Filiatro, member of the Institute for Cooperative Education. Gabrielle Giroux Burrows. Michael David Hadid with distinction. Vikramjit Kaura. Jennifer Lee. Stephen Ma with great distinction. Sarah McEwen Garrett. Stephen No. Jessica Foon Ann Nguyen, member of the Institute for Cooperative Education. Carla Olney with distinction, member of the Institute for Cooperative Education. Danielle Filion. Leonid Platsienko with distinction. Yevgeny Platsienko with great distinction. Olga Pelinkovich. Cynthia Sabagian. Gurpreet Kaur Sansoa. Celine Saya. David Swiaka. Julian Sang, with distinction, Calvin Potter Fellow. Xian Yi Wang, with distinction. Ryan West, with distinction. Natalie Wong. Jacques Zhang. Roberto DeBarry. Laurent Mackay, with distinction, member of the Institute for Cooperative Education, winner of the Walter Rodorf Medal for Physics, awarded to the most outstanding graduating student in physics. Kyle O'Grady. Gifty Azari, with distinction, honors psychology, behavioral neuroscience. Stephanie Brideau, with distinction. Kimberly Burnside, with distinction, honors psychology, member of Science College. Pierre-Sébastien Cabreo-Jones, with distinction. Pamela Cassidy, member of Science College. Chelsea Kaya, with great distinction, honors psychology, behavioral neuroscience. Taysa Cotton, with great distinction, honors psychology, behavioral neuroscience, member of Science College. Julia Cronin. Ariba Ijaz. Karina Jackson, with distinction. Destin Joyle. Stephanie Kligman, with great distinction. Kristen Kovac, with distinction. Min David Sumabat Lam. Cynthia Diana Mancinelli, with distinction, honors psychology, member of Science College. Allison Martell. Sarah Marabad. Mila Rahman. Jessica Royer. Eric Sabatino. Diana Citoyano, with distinction, honors psychology, member of Science College. Anna Sotnikova, with distinction, honors psychology.
May I now ask Dean Lewis and Dean Locke to present the prizes.
The winner of the J.W. Bridges Medal, the winner of the Mappin Medal, donated by the Mappin family, awarded to the highest ranking student graduating with a degree of Bachelor of Baccalaureate in Science is Tanya L. Graham, BSc. The winner of the J.W. Bridges Medal for Psychology, awarded to the most outstanding graduating student in psychology, and also winner of the Reitza Tobias Memorial Medal, donated and presented by the Tobias family, awarded to the highest ranking student graduating with a Bachelor of Baccalaureate degree in Arts is Naja Al-Hadri, B.A.
The winner of the first graduating class award, presented on behalf of the first graduating class of the Faculty of Arts, Science, and Commerce of Sir George Williams College, known as the Guinea Pig Club, for the most innovative and new contribution, either academic or extracurricular, to university life, is Stephanie Kligman.
The Governor General's Silver Medal is awarded to the highest ranking undergraduate student graduating from Concordia University. She is graduating tonight with a baccalaureate in science, honors in environmental science with a very high GPA. It is with great pleasure that I announce this year's winner, Tanya Lorraine Graham.
The Concordia University Doctoral Dissertation Prize is awarded annually by the School of Graduate Studies to the most deserving candidate for excellence of his or her doctoral thesis in the Engineering and Natural Sciences program. Dr. Rafiq Nakash defended his PhD dissertation entitled Colloidal Upconverting Nanoparticle Systems for Integration in Targeting, Therapeutics, and Imaging Applications in July 2012 under the supervision of Professor John A. Capobianco. Dr. Nakash's work focused on the development of multifunctional nanoparticles. These nanoparticles are capable of carrying out predestined operations such as targeting cancer cells, optical imaging of the cancer, and delivery of a therapeutic agent. His work also focused on the multimodal imaging applications where the same nanoparticles can be used for concomitant optical and magnetic resonance imaging. This multi-pronged approach could enable researchers to harvest a maximum amount of information with a minimum of invasive procedures. According to the external examiner on Dr. Nakash's thesis, Dr. Jérôme Claverie, professor at Université du Québec à Montréal and director of NanoCam, thanks to the pioneering work of Dr. Nakash, I envision that these nanoparticles could be used on a large scale in the upcoming years in the biomedical field, for example, for the treatment of cancer. Dr. Nakash is currently carrying out his postdoctoral work at l'Institut National de la Recherche Scientifique, Centre Énergie, Matériaux et Télécommunications, and is the recipient of a prestigious NSERC postdoctoral fellowship. His current work focuses on using metallic nanoparticles for active targeting, treatment, and terahertz imaging of skin cancer. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Nakash.
Now I would invite Mr. Seven Mati to give the valedictory address.
President and Vice Chancellor Shepard, Vice Chairman Amir, Dr. Takahashi, distinguished guests and participants, fellow students, families, and friends. I am pleased to address you today on behalf of the graduating students. We're gathered today to celebrate an end of a journey in which we sought to understand the world from different views, angles, and scopes. We're celebrating our successes and achievements in which we became proud, satisfied, and reassured that we were on the right path. We are celebrating the hard times and stumbles we encountered in the path, but passed it through. The reality check that made us appreciate the taste of success in contrast. Our endurance was tested when we had all our final exams crammed within few days, barely having time to study. But we came out of these hardships stronger. We are celebrating our growth in the past few years in this institution. Concordia University has molded, reshaped, and gradually changed us. Through knowledge we acquired, through our interactions with fellow students and professors, and through various university experiences, we have grown in this institution. I'd like to share something I learned to appreciate the importance of, which has impacted my later experiences. In my first semester at Concordia University, in an English class, Dr. Stephen McElkern said that the key to learning English was to notice sentence structure, specific words chosen by the author, and allegory. Learning and experiencing through noticing we're all familiar with. My message to my fellow graduates is to consciously and actively notice, to continually learn and understand. To learn in sciences, for example, we need to actively notice concepts, problems, perhaps defects in experiments. To notice is to bring to consciousness such points, to question and critically think about them. Noticing is also an essential tool to understanding ourselves. by noticing our reactions to different exterior and interior stimuli such as a difficult problem, stress, or an insult. Active noticing affect our experiences in life, what we perceive. We are a collection of ideas, values, beliefs, and experiences, the details that make life enjoyable and unique, the ever subtle rustle of the newly born leaves in the soft breeze, the sunbeam filtering through such leaves in the spring. Unless we notice these, they do not exist to us. And we might risk losing a part of who we are or who we could be. Regardless of what our purposes and goals after today are, we have been equipped at Concordia University with knowledge and experience to face the uncertainties and challenges of the future. Therefore, I'd like to thank the Biology Department and the Science College. I'd like to especially thank Lillian Jackson for her encouragement, help, and advice, Dr. Joyce for being an inspiration to me and others, both as a professor and researcher, my family, to whom I am indebted, and God for everything. Congratulations to all the graduates, congratulations to families and friends. Thank you, and have a wonderful night.
I'd like to thank Mr. Matty for his very smart and interesting remarks this evening, and could I call in the Provost for her closing remarks?
Colleagues, dear friends, and members of the graduating class, Mesdames et Messieurs, merci d'être venus en si grand nombre pour partager avec nous la joie de nos diplômés. Thank you all for being here to celebrate the accomplishments and the success of the class of 2013. Graduates, many faculty and staff at Concordia have supported you along the path towards this day. In addition to support at Concordia, you've also had the support and confidence of your family and friends. Many are here to celebrate with you. If they are not in the audience, they are here in spirit, perhaps even watching the ceremony live on our website. Some may be doing it in the middle of the night, half the world away, because it's indeed a special moment. Let your family and friends know that the webcast of this ceremony is archived, so they can watch it later. You may even want to watch it yourselves. For now, I would invite you to stand up, be very loud because we've got to reach our message up to the very top, turn around and join me in giving a heartfelt thanks to your family and friends and all those who've helped you reach this milestone. Graduates, in a minute you'll get to celebrate with your families. Concordia will always be your university, and we want you to stay connected. As a graduate student, if you choose to stay on or return later, as a potential faculty member, and as parents of future Concordia students. As alumni, you play an important role in supporting our students and in promoting the reputation of our great university. Thank you all for joining us today. As you follow us out of the hall, I hope you'll join us for a vin d'honneur. Thank you.